So bold predictions. What do we want thinking here? Like, do we want to keep it to the minors? Do we want to do both? Do we want to just how we want to do this?
I've got both, but
Yeah, we can do both.
All right. And people send in your stuff too, but who wants to kick it off?
I'll go. So bold predictions for the season. My boldest one is I predict the Giants will have 2 30-plus home run hitters this year.
Damn.
That's mine, man. I'm thinking Adames and Ramos. I think the two of them lead the way, and I think they both eclipse 30. I think Chappie comes close. He'll probably push around 26, 25, but yeah, I think we have 2 30-plus home run hitters. That's my major league one. Wilmer and Ramos. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Wilmer and Ramos combined for 23 last season.
See what he did there, guys?
What was the game with the Laker game where they're like, in this game, Kobe Bryant, Kwame Brown combined for 81 points.
Yeah. And then my
legend.
in my minor league prediction is I think 3 higher profile guys debut. And those 3 are going to be Trent Harris, Carson Wisenhunt, and Bryce Eldridge. I think all 3 of them debut.
Spoilers, Dan. Come on, man.
What? Do you have the same one?
No. That's my video next week that I just published.
Is it?
Oh, man.
Scratch the tape, everyone.
That's why we're friends, Cody. We think the same. You didn't even tell us that you were doing that.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Nah, it's all good. So, in case anybody's wondering, I might be changing the title of that video that I recorded.
I genuinely didn't even know. We're like connected on the same wavelength with our brains or something.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just make the title say prediction. Dodgers finish second behind Giants for the division in 2025. And then have it nothing about that.
Why the Dodgers suck. Just trigger a bunch of Dodger fans. Oh, man. All right, you got one, Ricky? Right. Or you want me to
go? We can go around the horn. I actually have a few for the minors. We kind of talked about this a couple days ago. For the majors, it's funny because Dan actually I wrote down 2. Mine was Adames, Chapman, and Ramos, all 30 home runs. Obviously, it's bold. My other one was Jung-Hoo Lee to be the first 300 hitters since Posey in 2021.
That's a good one.
Oh, 2021. For some reason, my brain was thinking 2012. I was like, we haven't had one since 2012.
Technically, Blake Sable was over 300 last year, but I refuse to count that.
No. You have to be a qualified hitter, people.
Exactly. I'm not doing that.
All right. I'll throw one out there. This is one that I've kind of alluded to on a few different shows. My bold prediction is the Giants are going to have 4 top 100 prospects after the season.
That's a good one.
I don't know who. I can't guarantee with any kind of confidence which 4. Bryce is the one that if he is still not graduated off that list, I feel obviously he should still be on there then at that point. But aside from that, you look at the Giants system right now, it doesn't feel like they have a lot of guys that were particularly close. I know Tibbs made a couple just miss lists. Carson Wisenhunt was on the list and fell off. I think it's going to be difficult for him to get back on the list without actually forcing his way to the major league roster, in which case he would fall right back off the list. So I didn't have Wisenhunt as one of my 4. I'm leaning Bryce, Arias. I think Joe Whitman is going to be on the list. I think he has a big year. And then who do I go for the 4th? I don't think Joshua is going to be on there yet.
Not yet.
I don't think so. Not this early.
Yeah, not early enough. I'm gonna go. I think Tibbs. Actually, I think Tibbs will be the fourth. I think Tibbs plays well enough to kind of jump into that 80-90 range, and then I think the other two guys have big years.
It's a good one.
A lot of guys that could do it. Guys like Jordan, Walker Martin if he bounces back. Some of these guys.
Did you see the little clip that the Giants posted was just guys taking BP? I don't know if you saw it.
Dakota's beautiful swing.
Dude, that swing is... I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, if he can put it all together.
Which one? Who? Jordan?
Jordan, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we were kind of making fun of that swing.
What's funny is if you look at a lot of his home run swings in college, there is a lot of similarities there still. It's very weird. He keeps not just his head, but his entire body very still, really late into his swing. And then all of a sudden it's just super violent all at once. It's like a lot of hitters, they look to try to, obviously hit the top half of the baseball. But with Jordan, it almost looks like he's swinging completely over the top of the baseball every time. It's very odd.
It's super violent. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. You can see the hand speed with him. It's insane.
That's why I say if he can put it all together, he can be nasty.
There is nobody in their system with more upside. That for sure. I mean, you can make an argument with like Josh Hart, but yeah.
His raw power is insane.
Yeah. When you have 80 grade raw power and then like 70 plus grade speed to go with it. Yeah.
They just really need to be super hands-on with him as they develop him, especially in low A, because he'll start there. He didn't really get any time last year in pro ball. So he'll start there, but they need to be really hands-on with him. And the Giants do have a very good coach down there in San Jose, but they need to be very hands-on with that guy because he's a guy that if you can really squeeze the lemon with him, you're going to have a very high-end prospect, and he'll race up those top 100 lists real quick. Had he got a little bit of pro ball time in last year and produced, we might see him as one of those guys like Tibbs just missing the top 100.
Kind of piggybacking off of that comment where you say, to have the coaching staff get a little hands-on. What did you guys think of all those, former players that they're bringing into spring? And supposedly they're having like JT Snow, for instance, like kind of mentor Bryce more, hands-on one-on-one. What do you guys think of, that whole idea of getting all those former players in spring?
I mean, I think it's a good thing. I mean, these guys have like a wealth of knowledge, and I don't think it's a bad thing to have more guys like that. I mean, it's like I said in the group chat yesterday that if JT Snow comes in with one job and one job only, and that's to get Bryce Eldridge's defense as far along as he can, it's worth it, in my opinion. I mean, he won 6 Gold Gloves in a row at one point.
Yeah,
that was great defensively. I'd love for them to get, Clark working with him there. I'd love for them to get Brandon Belt to show up and help him with his defense. Like, I don't think you're gonna paralysis by analysis the kid. Just get as much knowledge that you can to help him.
Yeah, I think it's just a fresh set of eyes too. It's, coaches that aren't seeing these guys every single day that can see little specific things that stand out. But it's not just so much, mechanics and physical stuff. I think it's, really teaching these guys how to be pros and how to be winners and teaching them the mental side of the game, especially while these guys are still really young, I think is huge. And it's something, unfortunately, that, the past regime kind of pushed off to the side. They brought in all their own guys and a lot of people that didn't have the same level of professional experience as these guys do. And I think that's definitely something you want to get back to because obviously these guys have a wealth of knowledge and It's like, why wouldn't you bring these guys in? They demand so much respect from even big leaguers, you know, like they want to hear what these guys have to say. So why wouldn't you bring these guys in if they want to give up their time? I'd love to even see, you know, Brandon Crawford come back and start working with these guys once it's been a little bit more time since he's retired, and work with, you know, Walker Martin and some of these younger guys that are going to be coming up, you know, Joshua and all these guys. It'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, he already lives in Arizona.
Yeah.
Even with his like 12 kids, he probably could still swing by.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're 9 away, Cole. I don't think it's going to happen tonight, unfortunately, but if we do go on a tear while we're in the middle of this, like, you know, get more subs, we'll definitely do the giveaway, but it'll probably happen in 2 weeks then when I get back from vacation. So couple of predictions here. I have more for that I came up with. I don't know if you guys had a few more, but Jenny says bold predictions. Logan Porter comes up for cashing at some point. 2025 Jackson Reeds vibes. So others may live. Bold prediction: Verlander has 6+ wins by All-Star break. I like that. I think if he's healthy, it's definitely doable.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be feeling really good.
Yeah. Is Jonah Cox any good?
He's fast.
He's fast. He makes other fast people look not fast. Yeah, you know what, Jonah Cox, I like the prospect. He did great in San Jose. He kind of hit a wall in high A this last season. He was on pace to steal like 70+ bags though. He missed like over a month and he still had like 50 something steals.
Yeah.
Dude can fly.
You know, when Randy Wynn, you know, talked a few weeks back about how they challenged him to try to steal 100 bags in the minors just to see, you know, different looks and stuff. That's definitely the guy that you want to tell that to, because he could actually get there if he gets on base enough. 100%.
Yeah.
He's that good of a base stealer. I do worry that he might end up being like a Darren Ford type. I just don't know that the bat's going to carry all the way through the upper minors, but I mean, it's an exciting prospect nonetheless. You never know. He does not hurt.
He did hit well in college. He hit well in San Jose. You know, time will tell.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be a big time batter or anything like that. He just needs to be able to hit more than a guy like Billy Hamilton or Darren Ford. That's all.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have any more bold predictions?
Yeah. So, some of the ones that I had, Jacob Christian and Jeremiah Jenkins each hitting 25 home runs this year. I anticipate both of them getting off to hot starts and forcing their way to Eugene by the end of the year. So I'm kind of considering the totality of the whole season, both San Jose and Eugene combined, but I see them forcing their way up there, you know, considering both of them are college guys with, you know, plenty of experience. And then another one I had was Bo Davidson winning the batting title at High A Eugene. I'm hoping they'll kind of push him up to that level.
Yeah.
Given the year he had last year, and he's a little bit older. He's an undrafted free agent signing.
He's gonna be 24 or 23 this year.
Yeah, I think 24. So he's a little bit older. So they kind of, you know, stopped wasting time with him. He got off to a little bit of a slow start, battling some injuries, I believe. But and then my last one is kind of like what you're alluding to earlier, was Joe Whitman having a breakout year. I said a 2.50 ERA and ending up as the Giants' number 2 prospect behind Bryce by the end of the season.
All right.
And he's a high enough upside arm that I could see, you know, actually getting a a little bit of a way up the top 100 list in the MLB, being in that like 60 to 70 range, because of all the quality pitches he has. He just needs to get the command together.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Birdsong was coming into last season. You know, he needs to just kind of put it all together.
Yeah, he definitely looked like a guy that was on the cusp of having just a huge year last year, and he just a lot of inconsistency he battled. Great stuff though. Have a good night, Ziggy. Thanks for hanging. Before I get into my next one, Drew says, any guys I should look out for in San Jose? There's actually a lot. San Jose is probably going to be the most exciting collection of talent in the system. If Rainer Arias shows up there, I'd be watching out for him. I don't know if Walker Martin, if they're going to make him stay in San Jose again. He'll be a good one to watch. Dakota Jordan, Jeremiah Jenkins, Jacob Christian, Xander Darby. Those are all guys I would expect there. Lisbeth Diaz is probably going to start there. Ryan Reckley will probably be playing second base there. On the pitching side, maybe Bresnahan is there.
Probably.
Sure. Yeah.
He'll probably start there. He got roughed up a little bit after getting traded.
Guessing. Am I missing anyone? That was kind of the list.
I mean, later on in the season, we'll probably see some of these complex league guys get up there.
Yeah.
Maybe, like we said, an outside shot. Johnny Level kind of carries over what he did last year. Outside shot, he makes it up at the tail end of the season. That would be really cool. He's obviously an exciting guy we've talked about.
Yeah.
Who else could they have up there?
I'd have to pull up their list, but
and honestly, some of those guys you mentioned, you know, they might not spend a ton of time down there, but either way, like they're going to be, I guarantee all year long, they're going to be exciting to watch because even guys that they promote up to Eugene will get, you know, those spots will get filled up by some of the other guys. But it's a huge year for Rainer Arias, Walker Martin, Ryan Reckley, all highly regarded guys. So I fully expect one of these guys to finally break out and start showing a little bit of their ceiling.
It's like I said a few weeks ago, like the odds are one of these guys will break out. It's certainly possible. The Giants have found a way to have none of their super toolsy high-end prospects break out. It feels like for a while until Bryce finally did, but like you keep giving yourself shots. Some point, one of these guys is going to be like a super crazy, exciting prospect. You would think. So I'll do this one and then I'll do my next prediction. What is the story on Reggie Crawford after the injury? No one is talking about his recovery. He suffered torn labrum, had shoulder surgery. The last update I saw, this is in Baseball America, is that he is likely going to miss the entire season. So unfortunate, explosive arm. Wish he was healthy. He would probably be a favorite to be the other left-handed pitcher out of the pen, but unfortunately, he is probably not going to pitch in 2025. My next bold prediction is this is going to be the final season of the new left fielder every year. This will be the final year that we have a new left fielder every single season.
So who's going to start in left field though this year? That's the question.
Yes. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ramos. And this is a risk because not just because Ramos could theoretically fall off, but with Yaz not under contract next year, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that Ramos gets kicked to right field.
I was just going to say
that's
that.
My risk here.
I mean, there's a lot of ways that they could change that going into next year. Matos, Luciano, it could be any of those guys. I mean, there's other guys that could make their way up too. I mean, shoot, they could even move Bryce over there. There's so many different ways.
Yeah.
That they
but
could
I'm going to roll with that one. I'm going to go with it's going to be the final year that we have to deal with that. And also, they're going to have a 30 stolen base guy. I think Fitzgerald's going to actually steal 40. We're going to end that streak too. Tired of that.
That would be.
It's embarrassing.
Super fun to watch somebody actually steal bags on this team. I've missed that element especially in this park, man.
I
And
love I was gonna say I love the stat that Cody always throws out of the last time the Giants had a 30+ stolen base guy in a season.
Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts.
That guy. It's embarrassing, man.
Maybe next Giants Dodgers home game, we need a Dave Roberts versus Wilmer Flores race. Who pulls their hammy first?
Dave Roberts' old ass would still win that race.
They would smoke.
I think he would.
Yeah.
He might pull a hammy at the same time as Flores and still win that race.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a funny way to do it. My next bold prediction.
Tristan Casas.
My next bold prediction is Tom Murphy throws out 5 people.
I'm not even
hecklers in the stands. And
I'm not even joking. If Tom Murphy throws out 5 runners this year, I will buy a lottery ticket. I will be just dumbfounded by that.
Hey, you know my deal. I already told somebody that if he clears 5, I have to buy a Tom Murphy jersey and hang it on my wall for a year.
Well, it's crazy how that's such a low ball.
Now, how many wild throws into center field by Murphy before Lou from NorCal gets tossed out of a game? I would love to hear that.
Here's one. Tom Murphy will have. Which one will Tom Murphy have more of? Throwing errors or caught stealings?
I think we know the answer.
I was like, do we really need to think about it?
No.
We really don't. It's bad. My prediction is Giants trade for Boston first baseman Tristan Casas now that they've signed Bregman. Yeah, we kind of talked about a little bit in our group chat that it would make sense for Boston to move Casas, but I'm not 100% that Boston will. And I just, frankly, I don't see the Giants doing it. As much as I would love to see Casas, I just think this team is very adamant that they do not want to do anything where they feel like they're blocking Bryce Eldridge.
Yeah.
And I almost think that Boston would want young, like big league level talent. I don't think they would. I just don't know that there's anything really that they would want from the Giants. They have some really, really high end prospects that are getting really close to the big leagues. And they now have a decent amount of pitching, which we couldn't say before. And I don't know unless they would want like a Wisenhunt, but you'd have to pair it with something else. And I just don't know what you'd be able to give them for Costas, honestly.
I think the package starts with Hayden Birdsong.
Yeah, or somebody like that. Yeah, somebody that's like big league ready, because they have a little bit more pitching now, but if they're going to acquire any, it needs to be somebody who can throw in the MLB this season.
I think you're looking at Birdsong and you're going to look at another good prospect because Casas is proven.
Yeah.
So
he's got a pretty nice ceiling. I mean, I would love Casas on the Giants. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if the Red Sox are the greatest fit for the Giants in a trade.
Yeah. Dude can hit. It'd be nice. George says Murphy's going to have more throwing errors than caught ceilings and base hits. Does Tom Murphy have more pass balls or home runs?
Wait, what was that? What was that stat you were throwing around with Austin Slater last year? He had more something than base hits. I'm pretty sure.
My Slater thing that I joked about all year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or was it more double plays than hits?
No.
He had more facial hair styles than hits.
At what? For over a month of the year last year, Austin Slater had more facial or had either the same or more facial hairstyles than base hits. It was like
Yeah.
June when he finally ended that. I think it was like June 4th or something. He finally passed it. I'm like, okay, I think he's out of facial hairstyles at this point that he could realistically go to, because he went from like the full beard to a mustache to a clean shaven, or it was a goatee. And then I think he skipped the mustache. And I was like, yeah, dude, it was bad. It was
Yeah,
like June when he finally got ahead.
he had like 4 different facial hairstyles and like 3 hits on the year after like 2.5 months of the season.
I will never forget Pavs replying on Twitter defending Austin Slater to no end, and that just aging like some spoiled milk so damn quick. He got traded to the Reds, and how long did he last on that team for? Like 2 weeks? And then he got traded to the Orioles and still continued to do nothing in a stacked lineup in a platoon role catered to him. I'm like, it was so bad.
You know, anybody that ever thinks that the Giants have the worst ownership in baseball and like the worst front office, just remember that Austin Slater said the White Sox told him he was their number 1 target this offseason. just remember that. It can get worse, everybody.
And who did the White Sox just acquire today too? Just
Gallo?
Joey Gallo
tonight too. So they're having a fantastic offseason. They're really going all in. And Gallo will probably have like 25 bombs by the All-Star break and get traded for a legitimate prospect.
And then absolutely tank for whatever team he trades for. If Eldridge is tearing up in this spring, do you think he has a chance to make the roster? I mean, if the defense shows out, maybe. I think it's pretty slim, but it is interesting that Kruko kind of leaked it out there that a lot of people in the organization think his bat's ready at 20 years old. So if they think his bat's ready, I think there's an outside chance at least.
I really wonder how much they're going to hold guys back in the minors, because we've been so used to, especially the last 2 to 3 seasons, guys getting rushed through the minors so quickly, like even Bryce, rushing through multiple levels in a very short time frame. I really wonder how much different it's going to be this year if they're truly going to hold guys to like almost 1 level per season, unless they're completely on fire for a couple months, or if they're actually going to just say, you know what, screw it, we'll throw Bryce in Sacramento to start the year. He has 1 hot month, we're going to call him up right away, or how they're actually going to go about that if they, kind of stick to what Buster and Randy Wynn both said on that.
Yeah, it seems like they have their hearts set on giving these guys like an extended look in the minor leagues. So,
yeah, they're gonna make him force his way, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty hard. A few more here. Let's see. Aaron says bold prediction: Jung-Hoo Lee will be an all-star. I hope so. Be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a really good year. I don't know if it'll be one that catches a lot of attention to be an all-star, although I think if he's having a really high-end year, he'll get a ton of fan votes. So maybe, because he's wildly popular already amongst Giants fans. But yeah, I don't know. That'd be awesome if he is, because I mean, God, if he could be a 4 or 5 wins above replacement player in center field, we're gonna be freaking thrilled.
Absolutely.
I don't know. You guys have any other bold predictions for the year?
No, none particular.
No, that was all I had.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I'll try and think of. You know what? Here, I'll throw it out there. I'll throw one more. For the first time since 2012, when Buster Posey did it, Giants have a 100 RBI guy, and
who
it's
might that be?
not Willie Adames.
What do you think?
I'm going Ramos.
Ramos.
Yeah,
good one.
I would definitely say Ramos too, just because he's a lot better with runners in scoring position than Chapman.
Yeah,
I think I'll go with Ramos too. Has it really been that long? 2012?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say,
that is
Mispy
that
nailed
is
it. I remember when
insane.
Pence got 99 and 16. I was pissed he didn't get the 100.
Did Pence
Damn,
have 99?
He did, dude.
that is brutal, man.
No, it was 2013. It was 13. It was the contract year because he was like, he went on a freaking heater. We all were wondering if he would make it to the to 30 homers.
Mhm.
And then like they didn't really get close for a while, and then Belt had the year where he had the 29 and he broke his hand in Colorado. I was
Cursed,
so
bro.
mad that he broke his hand in course. I was like, this dude's gonna do
He
it.
was on a tear. He was gonna do it.
Yeah, he hit like 8 home runs in September or some crap. It was like ridiculous. The dude was
He had
mashing.
He had a September like yes.
Remember he had the captain thing? They long ago taped the C on him.
Yeah, good times.
Oh man. Yeah. We'll do the 100 ribbies. I'm gonna throw that one out there.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I would honestly think Adames would, but I do like the Ramos one.
Yeah. My thought process is if Lamont Wade Jr. is leading off, then
Yeah,
Ramos will get a lot of opportunities when he's on third base with one out after Adames doubles him to third.
yeah. Adames is gonna have to hit bombs to get Wade home.
Adames is gonna hit doubles, and this dude's gonna be stuck on third, and Adames is gonna be like, "Why the hell did I sign here?" And then
All I gotta say, man,
our
is if
merchant Elliot Ramos is gonna knock him in.
if Wade truly is going to be the leadoff hitter, get back to some damn hit and runs, man. Get that guy moving. Give him a head start, please.
Yeah.
Would it be a bold prediction if I said Wade will score 50 runs this season?
That's honestly pretty bold, and it's sad to say.
Five more than last season.
Man. God.
And
Do we have
he
any on
played
the
in
pitching side? Oh, go ahead.
Any bold predictions?
Someone brought up Verlander earlier. Do you guys have any bold ones on the pitching side?
Verlander and Webb both make the All-Star game.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, if Verlander is feeling as good as he says he is, we'll see, once the season gets going and he's in the swing of things again. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, he's still got really good stuff. His velo isn't like significantly down from, like league average or anything like that crazy. Like he'll be totally fine. His stuff's good, and he's totally been able to evolve throughout his career. So, and in this park, I mean, he's been pitching in freaking Houston. Like that is not a good place to pitch at all.
Yeah.
Houston in a division with, Texas too. I don't know. I think Verlander definitely could have a good year. You just got to stay healthy. Honestly, it's not crazy to think of in this park.
Yeah. I'll throw one out there for pitchers. Since we're going for bold, Ryan Walker leads leads Major League Baseball in saves.
It's a good one.
I think the Giants are going to play a lot of tight games.
A lot of close games, yep.
And I think he's a guy that is willing and able to go get a 4+ out save.
What was Doval a couple of years ago? At one point, he was like right around second or third, I think, for a lot of the 2023 season. I don't know what he finished with, but he was way up there.
I think he was leading in saves for the first half.
He was.
And then he got like 3 saves in the entire month of August because the team just took a dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was leading the first half. My pitching side bold prediction. Webby's a Cy Young candidate.
There we go. Candidate or winner?
Candidate. I will say he'll be a finalist.
That would really suck if he finished like second or third again.
Yeah, it would.
He's been really close. Doval actually was tied for second in saves in 2023, and he was only 4 behind Clase.
I'm pretty sure he was leading at the break when he was an all-star. And then the team just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like last year.
Ooh. This is bold, though. Paul gets his job back.
It's possible.
I think
you never
Walker's
know.
going to have to fall apart for him to get his job back. I unfortunately, I think it's out of his control at this point. Walker is going to have to be not reliable in that spot because if the reality is it's the whole if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
If Walker's being reliable and closing games out, they're not going to trade. They're not going to move off of him, no matter how good Duvall looks.
Yeah.
So that's the tough part there. Barring injury, of course. Yeah, I don't have any more. Do you guys have any more before we hop off?
I don't have anything else, man.
I could think of one last one. I could see the bullpen being top 5 in the league in bullpen ERA as being like a solid bold prediction. Not saying it's going to happen, but saying like it's not impossible if everything goes right with Walker, Duvall returning to form, Rogers kind of being right around what his average season is. And then, Miller and Rodriguez continuing to improve. It could be a huge strength. Having Beck back for a full season, it could be a really, really good unit. So,
yeah,
I think I'll go with that too.